All right,
This is
man.
normal nonsense shenanigans.
Right.
Nonsensical mess.
This. Yeah.
And we're back. Oh my gosh.
It's been a long time.
Welcome back, everybody. My name is Keirra Webster.
And I am Denique Nashay, and you know, this is another episode of Unpaid Invoices.
Whoop,
I mean, we changed up the location just a little bit,
Just
but
a
you know,
teens.
same vibe, same bringing you the real
vibes.
spill,
Yeah.
and keeping it
unfiltered.
authentic. Exactly.
Same real talk. We keeping it real sensual.
Real cute,
you know
real
what I'm saying?
demure
We got the
in
vibes.
here.
Listen, the energy is here. The
Look,
usual
it's
crew
been
is
a
back.
minute.
We got some new people as well, but it's also the same regular
Same foundation,
peoples.
exactly.
Yeah.
Coming back stronger, of course, because it has been a minute.
Oh, for
Y'all
sure.
have been bugging.
Well,
Y'all have been requesting, asking in our ears
I'm not
about
gonna
every
lie, it
episode.
annoyed me.
Every time you see us, like, now here it is.
Yeah, we're
You
back.
better be tuning in.
So tune in, lock in. It's about to be a fun ride. We have an amazing episode and episodes like ready to go, locked in type vibe. So
Like, we got it built out.
yeah, we're ready to rock and roll. So without further ado, every week you already know we're gonna pull back the curtain of what it's like to be a creative and really build out your art. Whether you're chasing your next pitch, whether you're stitching together your next launch, you're editing in the bed, this space is for you.
Exactly.
So yeah, lock in, grab your coffee. We about to get into it. How has your life been, friend? Let's give the people an update.
I
'cause we
mean,
haven't gone for a while.
how long? I don't even remember
Honestly, it was
what
like
note we left off on. I'm not gonna hold you. You said what?
Spring,
Spring?
springish, summer of 24 was when we like ceased and desisted.
What was the last?
What the last episode was about?
Yeah, low-key.
Child, my memory don't go.
I'm
far
trying to
enough back.
remember.
You asking
I'm
for-
trying to remember. I'm like,
I'm not gonna hold you. I have no
I
idea.
didn't even know. But I mean, we just do a little rundown. I feel
Yeah.
like
Go for it.
we
We are drinking, so
we were talking last time. I
Yeah.
know for sure last season we were talking about getting jobs in our careers.
yes,
That was one of the reasons why I started to slow down. Y'all were like, "OMG, what happened?"
Oh my gosh,
Da-da-da-da.
yeah. That was a big.
That was
reason.
one of the reasons. So
yeah, girlies had to get jobs.
we locked in.
And paid.
I locked in. I'm still at the same place.
I've had
chilling.
like 4 jobs since then.
Yeah, we know. Like
You fell
we know
on-
it's been yeah, of course,
you fell on
yeah,
the
obviously,
socials, keeping up with Key.
yeah. I mean, but you're still kicking. You
The
going
Lord
strong.
has his hands on 10 and 2. Okay.
What else? I feel like, I mean, I've hosted or been on a Thunder panel since
Yes, we've been doing a lot of stuff with the Thunder. Actually, I feel
Yeah.
like both of us have
Yeah.
really ingratiated ourselves. Who knows? You might see a Thunder player here
Mm.
on the couch one day.
then. We're speaking that into existence because
Oh,
it's
it's
gonna
gonna
happen.
happen.
Yeah, exactly. We got a lot of fashionistas on our team, so honestly,
Yeah,
I feel like
it just makes.
there's a
sense.
couple of them that can go into
Sure, for sure. The guys
not
be
just Shay
stepping.
though.
No, not just him. But I'm saying like the
was-
whole starting 5 swaggied out. Like every time they walk out, they be
I would say
Put a
I could
little 1,
see
2,
I
1,
could
2.
see Wallace and Joe and some stuff.
Caruso be putting a little fit together too.
Caruso do be putting his fists together. He been kind of key into. Look, we not even gonna
We not
go
even talking
trail
about
off on that
sports.
because
Anywho,
big Thunder fans up in here.
boy,
Shout out
big
Thunder,
Thunder. We
Thunder
gonna keep it
OKC.
cute. But yes, like we said, we got a new location, and shout out, just extra shout out to Mike Spencer just for keeping us,
We love you, Mike.
holding us down. I feel like he is doing what he set out to do, which is supporting us and supporting other creatives here in the city. So if you are a photographer or really just anybody and you want to use the space, make sure you hit up him in Contrast Studios. Extra shout out to them.
Space is beautiful, y'all. Like
Boy,
honestly,
very. Had
beautiful,
everything we
beautiful,
needed.
everything you need. Okay,
We came with very little. Very, very
and
little.
we're cozy and we're tight. Okay, we made everything work.
And it looks nice. But yeah, I don't know if you had a chance to look at the thing. Have you had a chance to look at the icebreaker?
Honestly,
Because I wanted to ask you this question just in general. Because one, I know we talk about dating a lot. But this is
sometimes,
from
sometimes, just a little bit,
just a
you
teeny,
know, just a
just
little
teeny,
bit.
she's my friend.
Um,
But this one's particular, I was like, if it's a real scenario, I feel
Mhm.
like just as like an icebreaker, just to get us, chit chatting back in the space of like what it is really like to be a creative. And this particular tweet had me like, what would your response be if you had to say it, or if someone told you it? And you want to read it?
So the icebreaker
Yeah.
is It really takes a special type of person to date a creative because you know how crazy, our schedule can get, whatever. So if your partner messaged you and was like, I was in the studio until 3 a.m. and fell asleep, basically, are you going to feel like suspicious about that initially?
Actual studio on a set, whatever the context could be.
How much grace am I giving that?
Yeah, like are you like, oh yeah, that's standard. Like I get it.
That's so hard. I feel like, honestly, if I respect what you're doing, yeah, I may be cool with it, but I don't know. Don't test me. Like, as far as
as long as there's good fluid communication.
You think?
Yeah, like if I already knew, like we were texting up until like throughout the night, and it was like a thing, and then I know you were still there. And maybe I had your location too.
Automatically, I got your location.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Don't play with me. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, don't give me no reason for me to put suspicion there.
Correct.
Because I am respecting your boundaries as a creative.
Correct.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't like taint the trust right there in that space. Like, because I can understand that, like, really hustling and staying out, staying up or whatever. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So don't play with me. Why would you do that?
I mean,
I just feel like...
Well, because what if he's... Okay, let's switch it. What if he's not a creative and he doesn't understand that scope? And he like, 3 a.m., girl, what are you doing? Like...
That's not an option.
No facts.
For me, if I'm being honest, it's not an option. Because, like, depending on where I'm at, that I feel like I don't know, sets, you be on sets long,
I feel
sometimes.
Like, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If the communication prior to you, I feel like, babe, hey, I'm going to be on set all day.
Like, why would you feel away?
Or we have, like, a flip set. What are, like, the flip sets called? Do you know, like, where they have, like, a flip set where it's, like, y'all shooting through the night, like, throughout midnight? I forget what they're called.
Overnight.
But, like, y'all call time is, like, maybe midnight.
Oh, I know what you... Like, I feel like we did that...
Like a Fraturday?
Yeah, like a Fraturday.
A Fraturday?
Yeah, like where you basically like you start your actual call time is like midnight to 12, or 7 a.m. or whatever time that you guys need to get the shot done or whatever is essentially what I'm thinking of in my context. But I feel like, again, you would already know that communication wise.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm not.
You make me suspicious.
It would have to be something there. That's what I'm saying. What is there for me to question it? It's just kind of like I'm not. I could, but don't. I could see it being a boundary. That's what I'm saying. So it's kind of, it depends on what's happening.
Let us know. I feel like our auditors, because we haven't forgot about our auditors. Our auditors are
our bookies.
I was gonna say auditors and bookies.
Don't leave them out.
I'm not. Auditors and bookies. Our bookies are our regular, just everyday fans, people who will listen to the podcast. But if you want to ever, be a little intimate, be a little close to us,
then and upgrade, baby. Then you become an auditor.
Okay. Then you can always, subscribe to our Patreon, where we're gonna have a really great time with you guys, just a little bit more intimate, a little more close, and then we may go into a little more depth of why we feel what we feel about relationship stuff without the context of creativeness. But what'd you say? Oh. But yeah, so moving on to our hot topic segment, we've given it a new name. You want a drum roll, please?
I mean, I was about to say I can't.
Dun, dun, dun.
Go ahead.
Creative current tabs, open tabs.
I love that name, honestly.
Open tabs.
Because I feel like that's what my brain is like most days.
I have a bajillion and one tabs.
A bunch of tabs in my head.
I feel like that was today. But all of the tabs were like buffering.
I told you it's been feeling like that for me for like the last week.
All of the tabs were buffering, and
it's not working.
Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. But anywho, essentially, this is where we're going to just basically talk about everything. Then 2024, we're going to catch up on a lot of the stuff that we've missed out on, a lot of like our opinions on some of the stuff we've seen on the timelines to really give y'all just, our little open tab of what we got.
Just everything that's been happening.
No, because there's been a lot happening.
There's been a lot of stuff happening.
And we ain't had
especially in the creative industry.
Yeah,
honestly, it's been a whole lot of stuff happening that we have been talking about off
cam.
But
now we're on cam.
A lot.
So let's get into it. I feel like we should just go ahead and start with this one because I really don't have too much to say.
Mhm.
And it is gonna kind of roll into like 2025 stuff.
Oh.
Actually, no. I feel like you want to start with the man, the man who's gonna be underneath the jail.
Soon. The one that's right now.
Yeah, like
like the one.
Do you want to go ahead and start with that man that's gonna be underneath the jail? Or
So
you want to ease into that? Let's ease up.
Let's ease
Okay,
into
let's ease
that.
up. Let's talk about. So I've seen something that I feel like is kind of a hot take. Connor, are you mic'd up?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because I want also like the other film people in here's opinion on that too. Because essentially, it has really been like a crazy time in the film industry. You feel like it is? Then drop it down.
Because I'm like, is it? Did I mess it up from last time? Why you say, oh my God, then? Why you tripping?
Because I can hear it every time it's gone.
I'm sorry. I just figured do it like now. I just don't want, is it blocking my face? No? Okay, that's what I was concerned about.
No.
Okay. Perfecto. Now I feel comfortable. Sorry. We're good.
No one.
Okay,
HR
anyways.
Anyway,
Like,
basically, okay, so the basically she
please.
This is normal conversation for me here. Anyways, so essentially, someone had tweeted something that I felt like I could resonate with, which is catch-22 that I feel like you can find yourself in essentially when you are trying to, gain experience, build your resume. I know we've talked about this in the last episode before we had our jobs, of feeling like, how can I gain experience if you guys aren't trying to hire me to do the experience? So essentially she was like, I'm tired of being told that I don't have enough experience for, a TV or feature or a commercial gig, especially when you're not, in LA or New York or whatever. There's not a lot of opportunities. And so you need the experience to get the gig, but you can't get the experience unless someone gives you the gig. And it's just this loop that you can find yourself in. And so I wanted to talk about, kind of some of the resources, the traps, and kind of navigating that feeling. Because I know I kind of find myself in that position right now of trying to find experience and gain experience. But at the same time, no one's trying to hire you because you don't have said experience.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. Because I feel like this is really just to keep your head low and like tough it out type of season.
You don't feel like it's a catch-22 sometimes?
I definitely do, but it's like, what other option do you have? You get what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to want to do the thing that you're saying that you want to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's just where I'm at with it. It's just like, yeah, that's the reality of it.
You maybe need to get to.
Yeah,
like for it. Like maybe you need to just get to that point.
Oh, where you just kind of like, head down, kind of like hustle, tough it out.
When you're navigating those moments.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
that's the point that I'm at. Yeah, that's what I mean. I've went through so many points of that. It's like, at this point.
I feel like I went through that the most with styling. Because you can't pull for clothes. At least if you really have like a vision that you want to execute.
I don't know how y'all do that. Some people have archive though, like they like build out, you know what I'm saying?
But this is their own. They had to buy that though. And that's kind of the situation that I found myself in of like not having enough money to buy
like the
Balenciaga, the archival Yves Saint Laurent. You know, I don't have the extra money to do that. Bitch, if I did, do you think I would?
I wouldn't be here. Yeah.
So yeah, like I don't know. I think when you're first starting out, especially, is really hard to maybe not fall in that pocket of like, dang, like I'm trying to gain the experience, but like no one's hiring me because I don't have the experience. And it's like, well, how do I gain the experience?
I feel like it's really just strategy at that point of building out your portfolio. Because at some point,
but how do you do that though? I mean, because
of like your own mind of making projects, fake projects, faux people, whatever. For like at some point, you get what I'm saying? Like how you
circumventing or being the true creator.
Because I mean, what are you doing right now? Like you're making scripts. You're making scripts. Like you make scripts for Unpaid. You make scripts for shows that you want eventually to pilot. You know what I'm saying? So like it's almost like prepping for if you already know that you're wanting the thing. Yeah. It's like prepping for the moment to where like you already got everything together. Yeah. Otherwise, what are you doing? Like, you're just sitting there doing nothing.
So essentially, don't let.
You just gonna have to figure. You're gonna like
Don't
literally.
let
I would
none of
say
it
like
bother you.
verbatim. Pretend to be the client or whatever it is that the end goal of it,
Yeah.
and wield
Already
that
be
and
the
practice
thing
the thing
and
that you're
wield
saying.
it.
Yeah, because I mean, if you want to be a director, then okay,
Direct.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to be a producer, produce. If you want to
Exactly.
write. If you want to be a photographer,
Sometimes
a
that's gonna
camera.
show up in collabs. Sometimes that's gonna show up you being able to produce it yourself, like
well,
writing.
and
blah,
I think
blah,
that's a
blah.
good segue too about the collaboration because we collab a lot. I know that has
Mhm.
been like a thing, and we talked last season about like collaboration and how important that is, especially here in the city of a smaller market.
Mhm.
But even in bigger markets, finding your community, finding your people who really believe in your vision, and who can make it happen. I think that's really a big part of it. But
Mhm.
the other side, I guess, of that sometimes can be the womp womp. Working with people.
Not the womp womp.
The womp
The
womp.
bad.
I mean,
The bad of working with people.
it's the bad of working with people, but we're all on the come up, right? We're all on the come up. And we're all on the rise.
I mean,
and so sometimes your lateral peoples can screw you over.
I mean, straight like that.
Yeah, can screw you over.
Speaking.
No, we ain't gonna get into it. We ain't gonna get into it. We'll say that for another episode, folks. Okay. But I do want to talk about this article that I seen last year that had dropped because it was in regards to Victoria Monet, who's been a long time, writer and who's finally pivoted into her stardom, which well deserved. Y'all know I love me some Victoria Monet.
She like really took off around like what? During the pandemic, I feel like. Yeah.
It was when our
That's
work
when
hosting.
she really took off. Period.
Listen, that shit wore me out. But anywho, there was a thread or really an article that I seen she did, and the interviewer was asking her like, "Hey, how did you get a credit on this album?" And she was basically like telling the story of how he stole the song Travis Scott from. It was her and another producer. I think his name was Tommy, and basically the other person heard about it. They informed her, and that's how she was able to like get the credit on the song.
But he was going to attempt.
Correct. He played it in front of Kanye and Teyana Taylor, and like Tommy was in the room and knew that he had stole it from him, but just I guess whoever was in the room notified him like, "Hey, such and such happened." And I just felt like
I'm confused. Like, how did he even get his hands on this?
I don't know, but it brought up the larger question of essentially of like asking, what do early collaborations really look like when you're building? And then there's often that blurry line between like personal relationships, business, and then being quiet about mistreatment and what that plays on and what that does to your mental. Because I do feel like that does play a piece on your mental as you coming up.
Of course. I talk all the time about my little stint where I had to sit down because my mental was starting to get trashed towards this type of stuff. You talking about just like collaborations just going bad, like sour, or you just having sour engagements or experiences with people really, unfortunately, attempted backdoors. And you know what I'm saying? Stuff
or
like
people
that.
Like using your name.
Using your name? What are you doing?
I don't know. I just felt like
you couldn't do. I mean, yeah.
Boy, I was trying to. Okay. It just felt like it was
weird.
Yeah, it felt weird.
But
like it was
I mean, I don't know. I feel like.
What? You feel what?
We talk about this all the time. I feel like.
Have you ever had a project or an idea?
Yes.
That someone's taken without proper credit?
Oh no, not.
But that's the question. So she ended up getting her credit because someone came back and said,
right. But
XYZ.
At the end of the day, I've had in my situation, mine is just a little bit different. Like my credit would be, like not getting. I don't know. Credit is like, because now I don't care. Especially if it's like a pay. Depending on what it is, if it's like a commission pay service, like I probably won't. But I haven't had like a experience, because you know how like I can do flyers that are like all the little cover art, all the graphic design, illustration, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Depending on what's going on, like the credit might be
not
needed. Not needed, I would say. depending. But I say that, but low key, like this, I probably still.
I was gonna say, wouldn't it all
I don't know.
matter to some extent?
I say that because I've had people burn me in the sense of not giving me credit when they've put like I've did cover art or whatever for them, or even like photos. Like they don't. Well, okay, so never mind. Scratch that. Yeah, scratch all of that. Scratch all of what I was saying. I don't even know where I was going with that. I take all of that back.
Well,
yes, I'm gonna be heated if you don't give me credit, because I feel like at the end of the day, what's stopping you from giving me credit?
well, because I think too, we get into the tangible, the intangible of work.
I'm probably not gonna like throw a crazy ass fit over it, but at the end of the day, it's just like, especially when it comes to that, because that's a specific, like that's my work for real.
We're in this season though. To my point of me to say we do all of this for unpaid and say I don't say Connor is the sound guy, and someone was to approach us and be like, "Hey, who doing y'all sound?" I'd be like, "Boy, I don't know. What kind of shit is it?"
It's a man.
They like, oh, well, we needed somebody else. Like that could have been a lot where opportunity. You see what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
I don't know. For me, I just feel like when it comes to credit, and we're all in this phase of coming up, and you choose not to give somebody some credit, or you take or steal something from someone, that doesn't allow them to be able to be given credit. Because again, he was sitting in front of Kanye West and Teyana Taylor and was trying to get put on it, in his time.
Wow.
And you decided
There's been
to
so
front
much
like
time
it's yours.
since last in Kanye West, you guys. So much time.
I was gonna honestly lump him in with the diddler, but I mean,
please stop calling him that. Like, bro, y'all be tripping me out calling him that. This is a serious thing.
It doesn't matter.
And y'all keep calling this man the diddler. Like, are you serious? We have to be.
Okay. So another instance of just like coming up with people is like, okay, so Keirra Denique,
oof, okay.
Keirra Denique basically was talking about how he almost had the opportunity to produce for Honestly Nevermind, which was Drake's like album.
Okay.
But apparently the opportunity like fell through because what was it? He said the opportunity fell through because his vibe was too chill.
But and it's like, that's that stuff that we be talking about. I'm not gonna, let me look in the camera. That's that stuff. That's that. Cause if I'm another creative,
that's exactly
what are you expecting for me to do when I'm around you? Respectfully, if we are both really good at what, you know what I'm saying, our skill set.
His response was simply like, yeah, sure, hit me up. When the person approached, like, yeah, like to talk business, which is something I feel I say all the time. I mean, when I want to work with somebody or someone says they want to work with me or they want me to do something, yeah, sure, hit me up, email me. One thing I'm not doing anymore is giving people my phone number willy-nilly, though.
I've never done that because don't message me. Don't text my phone.
Correct.
Don't do none of that.
I also feel like the serious level of whatever you're saying, if I slap you with my email, I know if I don't never get an email, you clearly didn't mean business.
That's very much that, too. So that's why I'm like, Which is,
I'm just like in the fact of Keirra Denique, though, like,
I just don't understand what.
Who's cemented in the
what was he? That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all both are.
That's like me going to Buddy Guy and being like, I don't know if I want you to play the guitar for me. Like, what kind of audacity? What kind of shit?
I just don't But at the end of the day, like, that just speaks to him
Buddy Guy was
and
like,
the type of creative that he is. He's because there are certain creatives that need their ego stroked for you to work with them. Let's be honest.
I could understand if it was Prince. I could understand if it was James Brown.
Truth be told, I'm not gonna hold you. I don't even think there's I don't know if I'm letting it slide with anybody, if I'm being honest, just off of my respect.
No, I'm gonna hold you to your respect. If it was Quincy Jones, if it was
I mean, yeah, but you're not gonna talk to me or think that I'm about to do.
Have to but
that's what I'm saying. There are some people that need that in order to work with them, though. And are you sacrificing your pride and whatever?
If you are any of them people that I just named and you fall in the category,
I don't know about that. You're not talking to me no ways.
No. You talk about talking to you no ways.
Acting like you're not doing none of that.
I didn't say they got to do all that, but I'm not saying that I'm gonna show reverence to their position and the respect that they have given and walked before me for sure. But if it's like, case in point, if I was in front of them, I'm gonna show them the respect that they're due. One, you an elder. Two, you didn't walk before me and it kind of opened some doors for me. Low key, like not even low key, high key. Like we talking again, Quincy Jones, Prince's, I'm saying in those arenas, if it was those people. But if we're talking peer to peer, nigga, look at me in my face. He look like you, look like me, it look like.
And I'm saying like even if it's peer to peer,
hit you with a no.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's still gonna be a boundary, even if it's you like one of them.
Of course, be still a boundary with them too, but I still would show reverence. I don't feel like if it was Drake to hit me today,
you don't feel like Drake is a peer to Keirra?
No, I do, but I'm saying.
So do you? So in that case, do you feel like he should have given him?
No, I don't. That's why I'm saying to them, it's peer to peer. It's not fucking Keirra and Quincy Jones.
But that's what I'm saying. You don't feel like Drake though is technically hasn't he been in the game longer than Keirra? That's what I'm saying.
No, Keirra's been in the game, I would say equally as long, excuse me.
That's what I felt, but I didn't know.
They're peers. They are peers. They're just in different arenas, but they are peers.
That's why I'm like, I don't understand what he wanted, but at the end of the day, yeah.
I also feel like it was one of those gatekeeper type people that was maybe the one who took offense. I really don't even think it was probably Drake. Honestly. I could see it being Drake, but I don't think it was Drake because of the way he told the story. It was a representative of someone saying, hey, Drake's about to do we want you. And he was like, yeah, sure, he'd be up. And they felt like it was not you wasn't super
you like,
oh my god, it's Drake on your dick, you know what I'm saying? Like no,
that's weird though, because you're not even an artist for real for you to be taking offense.
But gatekeepers though. The gatekeepers.
That's so.
The gatekeepers, though. The assistants, the PAs, the whoever's, the executives, they're the gatekeepers who I feel like usually stop and put a halt to a lot of that stuff. Little do you know, because the whole time it's probably not even the artist. The artist probably didn't even know. They just came back and was like, oh, no, they said they didn't want to do it. Mm-hmm. And you like, oh, okay. Whole time, your person went back. The Issa thing. Do you remember when I told you about that? The Issa and Amanda Seales thing. Were her publicists.
Yeah.
Whole time, I mean, we don't know if Issa